Good morning. So I got to see a blood moon for the first time. And I think it was pretty amazing. Yes, I'm old enough to know there's been a whole lot of blood moons since I was born, but this was the first time. I've never actually heard it called the blood moon. I don't know if it's because of my algorithm now, but um I have heard of the total lunar eclipse, which is what this was. It just happened during the full moon, which makes it a blood moon. So I think that was pretty cool. It was actually red, and I was surprised. I didn't think it was going to actually be red, but it was. So that's pretty awesome. And don't make fun of me because I was shocked that it was red, because I'm pretty sure next month, yep, next month is April, we have the new moon. No, the full moon is a pink moon. And guess what? It's not pink. They just call it that because of the specific flowers that grow during that time. So, woohoo. I am silly, but Um, so I just wanted to talk about some of the cool stuff that I learned about the blood moon. So, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of quirky, and quirky things fascinate me. So, I had to look into it. And it is, like, you cannot say it's not very witchy. So, this full moon is the third full moon of the year in the third month on the third day. And in some areas, the blood moon did actually peak at 3:33. So, like California and places in that time zone, 3:33. It's also called the worm moon. And that's because it's the last full moon of the winter. The spring thaw begins after this moon. It's the emergence of earthworms. So I'm guessing that's the whole worm moon, and the return of the robins. The full moon, it is, like I said earlier, a total lunar eclipse. And the reason why they call it the blood moon is because when it happens, the earth, it moves directly between the sun and the moon. So it casts a shadow that causes the moon to look crimson. So when I saw it earlier, it did look kind of deeper, like at the bottom. At the top, it kind of started like orange, then it was light red, and then it like got to the deeper red looking color, which I thought was pretty cool. So today it was supposed to be visible from 5:04, that's central, to 6:03, and it actually was. Like, I was out here the whole time, pretty much amazed. I know you guys are probably like, why is this girl so hyped up about this lunar eclipse? But I was. It's the first time, and then I stayed up so that I could make sure I saw it. And I just think that is cool. It did peak at 5:34. And pretty much after that, it left. Like, it didn't stay here that long after that. Like, it says 6:03, but now that I think about it, it probably left a little bit before 6:03. It only happens once every 1 to 3 years. In witchcraft, the blood moon symbolizes transformation, shadow work, and unveiling hidden truths. It's a time for change, inner reflection, and releasing what's not or no longer needed. So I'm thinking this would be a good time for banishing spells, cord cutting, some shadow work, or divination. Yeah, I think that would be great. You can make blood moon water, although a lot of things that I've read on just like research and social media, everybody was saying don't do moon water. You know, every full moon you put the water out so that it can charge under the full moon. So a lot of the stuff that I read said not to do that. But you know, your girl did, because it's like chaos power. So I guess if I want to do some type of chaos spell or like head working spell, that moon water will come in handy. So I got me some. You can call it blood moon water or eclipse water. I like blood moon water, and I'm expecting it to be red. So I should probably go get some red food coloring, huh? So I can color it red. You definitely wouldn't want to make like a come to me love, like a love spell or an abundance spell, because what if he comes to you weird or she comes to you weird, or an abundance spell and it's something crazy, because this is the chaos moon. So maybe what you ask for you get in a weird or quirky way, or maybe you get it intensely, like it's too much or too literal. So okay, chaos moon. The crystals to use, because actually I noted this because I read that there's a lot of crystals you shouldn't use during this time, because this little chaos moon like amplifies it. So I pretty much thought about it after I read like all the crystals to not use, and I was like, okay, so you pretty much just want us to use like grounding crystals or like protection crystals, pretty much. Yeah, because they I guess they wouldn't like cause you to feel something, you know, or see something, I'm guessing, because of the chaos moon. Maybe I should stop calling it the chaos moon and call it what it's supposed to be, the blood moon. But crystals to use during this time would be black tourmaline, clear quartz, black obsidian, selenite, and garnet, which I have all of that except garnet. That's the only one I don't have. Crystals, it says it was a lot of crystals to avoid, actually, like a lot. Most of the crystals it said to avoid. Also like moonstone, rose quartz, amethyst, things like that, where you like, it's supposed to bring you self-love or healing, or like bring you psychic abilities or psychic help, or help you or strengthen your psychic abilities. You wouldn't want to use those during this time, because, well, you definitely wouldn't want to charge them, because the black moon has all of this chaotic energy. You don't want to do anything that like would heighten your sensitivity or in intensity to emotions, pretty much. Um, so I know I just said that it's saying like not to use certain crystals and definitely not to charge crystals under the moon, but I did charge a new crystal that I got. This is Tektite. I got this last week and I just been sitting on it, like pretty much. You know how you're in the store and you see something and you're like, that looks interesting, I want to look into it more. So I got it and I've been doing some research. So I decided I wanted to charge this before I used it under the blood moon, because Tektite, it is used to release trauma, stress, grief. It is encourages emotional, mental, and spiritual transformation and promotes optimism. And your girl, she needs some optimism. So I did want to charge my crystal in this moon of transformation and shadow work, because it's also for that. It's the chaos moon, but it also says that it symbolizes transformation, and it's a good time to do shadow work during this time. So I did charge my crystal, and it's light now, so I'm about to go in the house. Of course, you know, like your dark crystals, you don't want to be out in the sun. When I came out here, it was still dark, so I won't be messing up my crystals. And because the blood moon is a good time for like inner reflection and shadow work, I did use my scrying mirror that I made. I did some meditation. I also changed the layout in my office and in my bedroom. Actually, I was only intending on changing the layout in my office because I got a new desk and I took a dresser out. But I guess because, I don't know, like I had a stroke of genius, so then I end up changing the layout of my room. So I was pretty much up all night doing that, which is why I was still up to be able to sit up and watch the total lunar eclipse for over an hour. Yeah, I've definitely been out here. It's like 7 o'clock now, and I've been out here since like 4:45. So I'm gonna sit out here for another 5 or 10 minutes and finish my tea and go back inside and try to get some sleep. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day.